a person from becoming a 4-time state champion last year, Wes Harding, in a dramatic match. And we'll watch this Clay Keller, who is a surprise to the tournament perhaps, and a coach can make an example of him a long time for being a man that comes into the tournament with a 14-8-1 record, but when he got to state, he was ready to perform. And a man that was 4th in the regionals just a week ago, but he's in the state championships, and that's all that matters right now. And Lance Shepard, a returning champion. He was a champion at 126 pounds last year, and they're going at it head-to-head in the competition. And we have another person, Bob Smith of Ray, Colorado. He won his 300th duel as a coach this year, his 10th state championship in wrestling, and we'll be talking with him throughout this match as Lance Shepard gets in deep on a single leg. One official is signaling a possible, potentially dangerous move. They're near the edge of the mat, and both wrestlers still in the neutral position as Clay Keller fought off that deep single very nicely. And now once again, Lance Shepard drops in on the single leg, and they're going to stop the match. And Bob Smith, it's a pleasure to be able to visit with you. You had a 4-time state champion this year, Dusty Fix, and it's quite an accomplishment.
Yes, it was. It's only been done 5 times in the state of Colorado, and we really were happy for Dusty.
Bob, winning your 300th duel or winning your 10th state championship as a team, what was the biggest thrill for you this year? Are you just going to combine the whole team and the whole season?
Yes, the whole season. We had an up and down season, but I'll tell you, they really worked their hearts out at the state meet and gave it all they have. And I think this Keller boy's done the same for St. Francis.
He certainly has. He does give up a takedown to Lance Shepard, and you've seen these two athletes wrestle throughout the season. You've had a chance to meet Lance Shepard and Clay Keller, and they're a couple of outstanding individuals as well as wrestlers, and it's evident here in the championship match as Clay Keller works with his set-out series. They were on opposite sides of the bracket in the regional, so they haven't met for a while. As Lance Shepard goes for the elevation, Clay Keller to his feet, and he's here because he is a true champion, and he won over a person in this tournament that came in with a 27-1 record. When he met Keller, he was already 29-1, and Clay Keller won by the criteria decision 11, which is a referee's decision in overtime in a 1-to-1 match. And as we move into the second period, Lance Shepard has a 2-0 lead, and Clay Keller is in the bottom position. Now, when it comes to these two individuals, the type of work that they have to put in to get this far in the season and being ready for state championship wrestling, that's what you're very good at, Bob, is getting your kids ready. And I guess you just have to make them believe in themselves at this point.
Oh, I think that's what it's about. Yes, they have to believe in you and themselves both, Lonnie. And I'll tell you, Clay Keller has really come in this tournament. He had a fine overtime match in that semifinal round, and you can see right here, he's not giving up anything.
Certainly isn't. He's wrestling at a state champion from last year, and Lance Shepard, Gene Curry, of course, in the same regional, was the 3rd-place finisher. And there's another excellent stand-up attempt by Clay Keller of the St. Francis Indians, and he just about got that standing switch to work for him on the edge of the mat. And we have an injury timeout, which will give us a chance to reflect a little bit more. Dusty Fix, does he have any plans to go on to school at this present?
Oh, I think he would probably like to go on with Derek down to Oklahoma State right at the present.
Okay, that would be it. Brother Derek is wrestling at Oklahoma State, and Bob, a tremendous season and a complete team effort with a couple of young freshmen. In fact, one, Stoltz at 105 pounds, has a chance to win a 4-time state championship because he got off to a good start his freshman year.
Another possibility, that's correct, Lonnie. We hope so anyway.
And that'll be an exciting time, I'm sure, for you. And another thing, Dusty's match will be featured on Scholastic Sports America program on a national telecast, and that'll be exciting as well.
Yes, and we just got the date on that. It's March 16th at 5:30, I think, Mountain Time. So that'll be very interesting.
That'll be excellent to do. And Bob, what's been the most enjoyable part of this season, or perhaps a career with 300 victories? Can you single out any bright spots, or is it just working with kids in general?
Oh, I don't think any one thing, just the total. Every year is different, and every individual is different, and they keep coming on.
Well, you're the activities director at Ray High School, Bob, and we appreciate you stopping by and visiting with us. And we know that Ray's program will thrive as long as you're there and in charge of it. And It's a truly a magnificent thing. 10 state titles for Bob Smith, who we were just talking to, as we get back to the match. A minute 17 seconds to go in the second period. An excellent flurry of moves by Clay Keller, and he's just tied the match with a reversal on Lance Shepard of the Hoxie Indians. And Clay Keller is an excellent person when he's in the top position. In fact, he may have wrestled on top for 2 minutes against one of the most explosive wrestlers in the tournament, that being Jeff Crowder of Minneapolis, who ended up settling for a 4th place medal. But that was a match to behold, a match of character, overtime, and Crowder hated losing that one, I'm sure, by a referee's decision. And now Clay Keller is showing that he can wrestle with anybody. He has already shown that in the semifinal victory, of course, and now he's doing it with Lance Shepard. And this man came to the tournament wanting to be a champion, and everyone will be proud of Clay Keller regardless of the outcome of this match.
Yes, he did, Lonnie. Coach Gable has to be proud of Clay. He just has some bright spots in certain tournaments, and I believe Clay's giving him that bright spot.
And now Lance Shepard will have his work cut out for him. The time is ticking down. We're still in the second period of action. We have 27 seconds to go, and Lance Shepard in the bottom position. He gave up a reversal to start off this period, and I believe it'll be Clay Keller's choice in the bottom. There's a real nice switch, but a beautiful re-switch. It was almost like a roll and a re-roll, and now a body scissors being applied by Clay Keller, and he is holding on as a stalemate is called by the officials. And this is one of the many improvements that wrestling has seen over the years. They are calling that stalemate, and the fans get to see more action.
You bet. They're stopping that as soon as the action stops. Well, they're calling the stalemate. And
probably in the last 3 or 4 years, wrestling has made more strides than ever in the history of the sport, I would say.
Oh, I think you're right, Lonnie. I think it has. A lot of things have come, especially the stalling calls and the stalemate calls, making the wrestling more interesting.
It certainly has. And now the time will run out. We'll go into the third period, and this is tied. I think it's the way that everyone from the Northwest Kansas League would like to see this match. Very close, and it's making it appear like we have 2 champions in a 132-pound weight classification. Clay Keller is in the top position with the S on his uniform. Lance Shepard on the bottom side. And Shepard will start off on the bottom side in the second period. Clay Keller, truly a great rider, but there's a nice set out and doing a good job blocking the efforts of Clay Keller to try to get around behind. You saw him come up and block 2 times in quite a flurry there. Lance Shepard right now with an advantage possibly to get the reversal. However, Clay Keller has still got a real deep, real tight whizzer in there. There's a limp arm. That's a counter for the whizzer. And now Clay Keller's got to really work to be able to get around. There's the escape. That's all that happened in that entire flurry was one escape for Lance Shepard, but that's enough to give him the lead, 3-2. And now we'll see who is the best wrestler on their feet. And that is really what it's all about. What a perfect headshot. Clay Keller has just done a beautiful job to get around behind. Clay Keller takes the lead by a score of 4-3, riding with the tight waist. This may be one of the matches of the tournament, without a doubt. The surprise coming in with a 14-8-1 record, and that's including his 3 wins here in the state tournament for Clay Keller. It's an inspiration for every wrestler that ever has hit the mat to be able to come and get psyched up for a tournament like he has, and all the hard work is paying off. And Lance Shepard, of course, trying to defend his title. And he knows how hard it was for West Harding to win his 4th at this point. Clay Keller trying to hook up a cradle. He's trying to turn him. Lance Shepard is going to break the cradle, and he'll be able to get a reversal during 34 seconds to go in the match. It's 5-4, and with the lead is the top wrestler, Lance Shepard, the defending champion from 126 pounds. We're in the 132-pound class this year, and now Clay Keller is not giving up. Riding with the head lever, half Nelson with the arm traps is Lance Shepard, also with a tight waist, down to 14 seconds. An escape would tie it. Clay Keller and Shepard both nearly exhausted. Both are wrestling in championship form. Only 7 seconds to go. Lance Shepard down to 3 seconds. It's Lance Shepard, and the Hoxie Indians have a champion, and so do the St. Francis Indians. No losers in a match like that. Clay Keller should be able to sleep well tonight. He came out to wrestle, and what a tremendous match, Bob Smith.
An awful lot of heart, Lonnie. An awful lot of heart right there.
Heart and character and a whole lot of pride displayed there. The 2nd championship in a row for Lance Shepard of the Hoxie Indians, and Larry Gable has a lot to be proud of in a young man, Clay Keller. who came to the tournament once again with 14 wins.